Late today, PSI. Well, I'm actually late today. I decided to stuff my face not midway through the stream. Also, yeah. The faded jar of Nutella. First of all, this thing is massive. This is like one of the bigger things in Nutella. This is 26 ounces. This is 26 ounces, and it's 20 servings, each 200 calories. So this is 4,000 calories, which means that a tub of 135 or so is like, I don't know. That's too many. That's 16,000 calories. Yo, how you doing, Darth? Oh my god, I gotta shave this stash. I'm sorry. The porn stash only goes so far in today's economy, you know? Got third place in the practice session? What does that even mean? Mathing on stream? How you doing, Waffles? You were told you could watch Gamer Time if it was at a reasonable volume. Nice Office Space reference. Mathing on stream, it wasn't that much. It's basically times 4. What's 26 times 4? We just practice for the real competition. But a practice session for what? A practice session for what? Okay, so I didn't mean to spark a too much versus not too much Nutella argument yesterday. Discord's been argumentative, not necessarily in a bad way. There's like toxic arguments, and then there's like, you know, there's normal arguments. And I didn't expect anyone to disagree with me that getting a massive tub of Nutella for $35 was not worth it. I should cast the debates tonight. What would be a good exclamation mark debate command? I don't know. So it would be too political. That'd be a funny debate and switch, right? If I said, watch the debates with me, and I'm just playing Mario. The faded jar, 16,000 calories. PSI's back to clip it, I see. I mean, it's not necessarily that it's not worth it. It's that no human being should have that much Nutella in 1 year. Like, people were talking about Discord, like, yeah, I constantly scoop out the Nutella. I haven't had Nutella in over a year. That's not common. That shouldn't be commonplace. That's called Beatusville. That would be a good command, but I feel it is best for the stream if I don't have a debate command. That would mean I'm too comfortable talking about politics. SMH. Politics in stream. Yo, how you doing, Stonks? The problem with large jugs of Nutella is that if you eat it at a reasonable pace, it will go moldy. When I looked up the jar of Nutella, and this is where I was going with this, because Echo was the only one who actually, like, followed up on what I was originally saying. But there was a specific reason, and I guess I'll go into it when I could actually get the page up. No, but that would even mean I'm acknowledging the debate, Stonk. The thing about problems is if you ignore them, they go away. That's how it always works, and that's what I'm gonna do. Okay? Hashtag ignore. Nutella milkshake sounds delicious. The best chocolate milkshake I've ever had is in Hershey Park, in like their little, they have like this Hershey World thing right after where you can get like a tour of the Hershey factory, and it's fun. Well, it's not really I guess it is the Hershey factory. They're definitely producing a lot there. The bucket of Nutella is meant for a restaurant. If you order it for your household, you're consuming too much Nutella. Yeah, I've seen bulk before. I've seen bulk items because I worked like everything comes in buckets. If you didn't know, if you ever work at a restaurant, everything in the back is buckets. So, but the reason why I brought it up is because the first thing I saw when I looked up the bucket of Nutella. Where is it? The first thing I saw was like something like, "Oh, this item is not refundable. If it gets damaged, contact Amazon." And then the second thing I saw is, "What do I like?" I saw in the questions like, "What do I do if it's damaged?" And then like the third thing I saw, which made me burst out laughing, is I went down to the reviews, and it's just like a constant stream of pictures of like massively destroyed Nutella buckets that like this shipped and it came and it's just like it's like a Jackson Pollock of Nutella, and it was like the funniest thing. Got a bucket of Nutella once, it's still here. So that's what I wanted to point out. I was bursting out laughing just looking at all these people who got shipped extremely exploded Nutella things. Exploded Nutella buckets. Yeah, exactly. Like, what a day. Yeah, you open it up. It's like, oh, great, my bucket of Nutella. Yeah, that's the one. I assume we're on the same page, just I'm less scrolled down. Oh god. Yeah, let's go a little down. Yeah, this item is non-returnable. If it arrives damaged or defective, you may request a refund. Then the first question is, how do I get a refund if it arrived damaged? And then if you scroll down, it's just like it's amazing, honestly. It's like exploded. That's a wimpy bucket. You want like a Home Depot size bucket of Nutella? Yeah, 6 pounds is less than you think. That's only 4 of those big things. Or 4 of like the big Nutellas. Any moderators? I'm a moderator. There's videos. I didn't see the videos, but I see them now. I didn't watch them. This montage is amazing. Like, if you just go to that page and then you go to the images, I just wasn't expecting to see that. It's just like, oh, I guess there's like a Nutella waterfall. There was life before exploded Nutella bucket and life after. Yeah, life after is the same except you spend the next half hour dealing with Nutella everywhere. Pre-fondued Nutella? Pre-fondued bucket. It's like a chocolate fountain that you just ran over a bucket. It's hazelnut spread, I know, but... I don't get why is it so bad? Why is the integrity? I mean, the thing is, the only people who are speaking up are those that it was bad. It's probably the majority of the time arrives fine, but still. You see the explosion? There's many explosions. Is there a one exit category? No, not really, no. There are games with one exit categories, like, the one exit category exists for, the one exit category exists for Yoshi's Island, the game after this one. Surprised that worked. But yeah, a category that short would generally have to be a credits warp, and there already is a credits warp in... So actually, I'm pretty sure you could do the credits warp as a one exit category, but no one does it. Play one exit and then turn off the console? I guess you could do that too, but that's not going on a leaderboard. Just like the less efficient complete one exit version of the credits warp is not on the table. For getting on that leaderboard, but I'm pretty sure you could do it, because I remember watching Seth Bling do some crazy stuff in YI3. God damn it, why am I getting worse at this? And it's like at the point where I don't really want to practice, because like, we literally start whatever it is, Thursday. I have a feeling we're only PBing once in this category, which is fine, whatever. We might actually PB during all 5 attempts. Sure. That is true, WPI. You would want to die if your Nutella bucket became spilled? Well, you get a refund. But did you see those? Did you look at the ones that PSI linked? I was looking at those yesterday. I'm like, why are there so many images of this? Why is this so funny to me? Like, yeah, you know you get the refund, but it's still sad. Yeah, it sucks to be them. I mean, it sucks to be me not receiving my ramen that I ordered and waited over a month for. But I got a refund. And I think I'm actually getting, from a more reputable buyer, the same thing on Friday. Oh god. You would just see if you could get it at Costco or something? I mean, you probably can. Or, like, there are stores made for chefs, I think. Like, not chefs, but, like, restaurants. And they're not, like, super open to the like, I don't know. There's distribution network for restaurants to get food. That's how it be. I should probably split instead of sip. But sometimes you gotta sip. How to put Tupperware on easy mode? Buy a single pack meant for a Chinese restaurant? Like, you mean like the ones that go in Chinese takeout? I go way too early, and then I, like, do weird stuff like that. Yeah, the rectangle one, or the mid-sized cylinders. Oh, yeah, okay. One's for soup. Yeah, it's crazy. I used to eat out, like, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, like, ridiculous amounts. And now it's, like, once a month max. Which, I mean, is probably good for me and good for my wallet, but I'm just thinking of, like, how many people are also like that because of COVID. Because I know so many people that are like, oh, takeout's booming. Now that restaurants are dead. And it's like, yeah, I guess, but I bet there's a lot more people like me. 10 fucking hours? What are that? Chess match? I did not watch the whole video. The Donut Secret 1 strat for 11 exit. Donut Secret 1. What, where you get the key? You're just digging all the sweet curbside options? No, it's not like... It's honestly not bad for the consumer, but I feel bad for restaurants. If you like a restaurant, you gotta eat there. You gotta go out of your way to eat there. Now I know where it's from. You also linked something else that I watched, but I forget what it was. I watched them because you send short videos. That makes it easy to watch. Yo, how you doing, the Skeeter Bronson? What should you do if you hate a restaurant? Continue not to eat there. You hate dine-in or tipping culture? Did you, like, watch Reservoir Dogs and decide that it sounded badass to not tip? No, I know people who hate tipping culture, and they're usually... They still do it. They just are begrudging about it. The sexy Super Famicom box game, was it? It was a Sailor Moon game, right? I saw it. Can we just talk about how good the cave theme is in this game? Like, I want it in a movie. Action movie. I want this playing while they're fighting Thanos in the Avengers Endgame. What about Sailor Moon? I thought it was the game that Orky got, but I could be wrong. Okay, I wasn't wrong. It was a Sailor Moon game. How you doing, Azuri? I know that you speedrun Sailor Moon with Cyclops. That's the co-op one, right? Sure do. By Shoujo, Sailor Moon. I forget which one you do, because there's a couple games, and they all have names, just like By Shoujo Sensei Sailor Moon R. Like, there's too many words. And, like, the difference is, like, it's Sailor Moon R versus, like, Sailor Moon Baidoken 8, and it's like, I don't really get the difference. Sailor Moon R, you know, a couple guys that run that. I see. Yeah, the co-op speedrunning is something that really isn't... It didn't take off, like, I guess speedrunning in general really hasn't taken off as much as people who are in the speedrunning community have come to believe, but co-op speedrunning has a lot of potential and you don't really see it. Probably gonna see it less, especially in the realm of Corona. The realm of Corona? That sounds like a badass dungeon. But you know what I mean. The era of Corona. You ran it at one point? We got a badass over here. Speedrunning. I mean, not even ironic. Yo, congrats, Skeeter. Well, the thing about speedrunning is, if a game has difficulties, there's really only two options. There's the easiest and the hardest. Because generally the easiest is the fastest, and then the hardest is the hardest. Imagine going normal mode. Oof. Easy mode for life. Like, I remember I used to watch Fuzzy Ness speedrun Super Smash Bros. Melee story mode. And yeah, very easy were the best runs, because that was where you go the fastest. That's where you're the less impacted by the bullshit around you. In the Sailor Moon games, easy is only the first 2 levels. Oof, I don't like when it's like that. Yeah, little known fact, Orkyborg has actually speedrun every game ever made. Even at Blade and Soul, I have no idea what that is. Well, I know the game, but I don't know what the speedrun is. Orkyborg? Name a game he's speedrunning. He probably has world record. Especially Koro Koro Post Nin. I mean, come on. Imagine not having the world record in Koro Koro Post Nin. When's Sailor-thon? A speedrunning marathon of only Sailor Moon games. There's a lot of Sailor Moon games that would actually work as a marathon. You hold 4 world records in Baishoujo Senshi Sailor Moon. Imagine having Koro Koro Post Nin. I can't. The game might as well not exist. I gotta join the Sailor Moonathon? That sounds way better than Sailor-thon. Sailor-thon, it's gonna be like, where are all the people in sailor outfits? Go to a port, and then you go to... That's Sailor-con right there. Sailor-thon. See, I don't even have to go to Orky's page because I'm sure it just says every game. Every game forever. That's all it needs to say. How many games is Cyclops speedran? Cyclops, where? I have not gone to your page, but by the good lord, are you on the leaderboard for most ran? PSI, if you didn't know, there is a leaderboard on speedrun.com that shows the people with the most runs. Most runs and world records, I think. However, one of the people is a interesting individual who is currently banned on speedrun.com, so I'm not sure if it shows Racing Monster. I think Racing Monster would legitimately be first or second, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, that's a decent chunk. Oh my god, it just keeps scrolling. If I go to more and then I go to users, most games played. I got to click the most played game. There's only 14 games, right, Orky? So I wasn't wrong. That's like almost the entire Engage library. I'm pretty sure Engage is listed as a platform on speedrun.com and not a single game is actually on speedrun.com under Engage. You've only run 29 games that you have times for? Yeah, I feel like if you're on the most games ran, like, top 20, you're actively just, like, one and doneing a lot of the games. Which is just, I don't like that style of speedrunning. I understand that speedrunning is a hobby that you find your own enjoyment out of, but it's just not for me. Yeah, we just made this suck. Real bad. And we're in the whatever. You want to pick up an Engage for the Elder Scrolls title. Yeah, most games played is J-Pin with 536. I don't really trust a couple, unless I know the person specifically, I generally don't trust the top. Because there was drama. I talked about it very briefly. So I'm not sure if a lot of people know there was drama. There was leaderboard drama. I was subject to leaderboard drama. It was a heartbreaking moment of my life. I'm really hyping this up when it's really not that big of a thing, but I made the hover racing for PS1 leaderboard because Dana and I speedran that game after we did it on the podcast because it's actually a really fun game and it's pretty easy to speedrun. It's just like a standard racing game. And like randomly we're like, oh shit, we didn't even know anyone else heard of the game. Some guy's like, oh hey, I have a couple times, can you make this in this category? I'm like, okay. And then, like, we find out, like, 3 days later, the guy is, like, permabanned site-wide, and we're like, what the hell? Because usually that means they cheated or something. Or, like, they are a terrible person. But apparently, they basically just ripped any video they could find on YouTube. And, like, even though they were legit, they weren't his. They were, like, he just tried to rack up the most ran games. So, yeah, lame. Lame that people would do that. Yeah, because we were like, why did this guy get banned? He's like one of the most prolific users on the site. Little did we know that he just abused people's trust. He or she, I guess I don't know. Wonder why someone would do something like that? I don't know. Nothing better to do? That's why anyone does anything like that. Char does that, but she also collects world records as part of her gimmick. I mean, Author Blues used to do that too. Dick measuring contest on SNES. I'll make that homebrew title for you, Orky. There's actually way too many porn things on homebrew SNES already. I feel like any effort should have a payoff. The payoff for them was that they had a lot of runs on the site. It's an SMW ROM hack. Yeah, people, I'm pretty sure Pooh accidentally fell victim to this. But, yeah, if for some reason you would want to do something illegal and download a full ROM set of the Super Nintendo library, which I'm not even sure if it's easy to find those anymore. But if you were to do that, I've heard, allegedly, that they include a lot of homebrew titles that usually have, in parentheses, PD. I forget what it stands for. But a lot of those PD titles are, 18+ slideshows. That's the best I could describe it. Collect power-ups to make Mario's mushroom bigger. That just reminds me of the one where... That one, like, sketch on YouTube from, like, 2007 when there were, like, terrible animated sketches of video game stuff and, like, Mario kept eating mushrooms and, like, died because he just got too big. You only full sprint games because it's faster, I see. Yeah, out of the people on the top of the leaderboard, I have no idea who J-Pin is. But they seem relatively legit. The ones I know on the list are Dugong, Nihilist Comedy Hour, Author Blues, and Jumply Puff. Jumpy Luff? I always say, I don't know. Something like that. But that's most ranked games. There's also most ranked categories. Which is very different. Most categories played. Takes too long to load. Yeah, same people. You heard that Pooh's aware of such slideshows? That's just one of those things that, like, I could see myself doing something like that on stream, because I remember when I first found out about these homebrews, I spent a lot of time, like, looking at them, because there's some, like, weird-ass games, like Corn Buster. What a video game. It's one of the worst games I've ever played. But yeah, it's just like, what are these? And then, like, you were like, whoa. The only thing I like about the GBA version over this is that zips were patched, so you don't have to worry about doing them successfully. I mean, that's fair. People do run, what is it, SMW Advanced 2 or whatever. I forget which Advanced this is. How you doing, Drubsy? Everything else about the GBA port is terrible, though. I mean, like, it's close enough to the original that a lot of people, it's the first time playing SMW, and I'm happy about that. I would prefer this one over that one 100% of the time, but I played through Mother 1 recently, and I played the GBA port of that, because GBA, there was like a Mother 1+2, and the fan translation, even though I literally own Earthbound Beginnings, I'm not turning on my Wii U. The fan translation's on the GBA version, and I thought the GBA version was gonna, like, butcher it in that... I mean, first of all, the GBA is more powerful than a SNES, which is kind of weird, but I generally don't like the sound on a GBA or, really any portable system for the... No, even the new portable systems I don't like that much. But no, the sound I compared soundtracks, and it's better on GBA. You did all 96 exits on Advanced? Jesus. Oh my god. Pink, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. How did your stream go? How are you doing, by the way, Skullme? I think I ignored you by accident. Pink did a very good job about hiding my Nutella. I was, like, literally looking for the Nutella for, like, 20 minutes. Pink, did you look to your right, speaking of food? The camera no longer follows Mario in the GBA version. They change a few things around in some levels and it messes with you. That would definitely mess with me too. But were you doing like the speed run, or are you just casually beating it? You didn't hide it, you just literally put it in the cabinet, but not a cabinet I would have checked. That is hiding it. Yeah, casually that would be a bigger deal, because I feel like a lot of the changes are probably in like underground areas and places you wouldn't really go in a... You just didn't want to be tempted by it. Well, you're not going to be tempted by it when it's all gone. What kind of monster hides Nutella? One that doesn't want me to die an early death. I think there's 20 servings in this, and each is 200 calories, and, I guess we've had 3 today and 3 yesterday. Because it's about a third done. Hiding Nutella is suspicious? I mean... I've seen Loon play Among Us. She could be conniving sometimes. I told you I ate the entire jar of Nutella. It was a prank. It was a prank, and you believed it. You have an infected cut on your finger. It's minor, but there's swelling and discomfort. That sucks. Especially if it's like so when I was working as a line cook, I ended up actually getting, like, I guess, like all human beings, you don't take something as seriously until it affects you. But yeah, I was, one of the duties as a line cook is, I was the morning shift, I was the breakfast shift. And, I had to cut, like, 100 bagels every morning. And I guess I was cutting them too quick, and I got, like, those knives are sharp. And I cut off the tip of my thumb above the nail. So it was still painful. I still had to go to, like, the hospital and stuff like that. But it wasn't like I amputated myself, right? It came back. But no, I was like, okay, I'm lucky, all things considered, this is gonna heal. I have a scar, whatever. But gaming during that sucked. And I was like, I just started streaming when that happened. That was like late 2015. Did they have to throw away a bagel? Yeah, I have like a scar. It still kind of hurts sometimes. Don't do that. Don't take knives seriously. The better lies when Angela... You don't remember that? I think that, so I didn't save any clips, or I didn't save any VODs, but I remember I was like going through one of my VODs. This was like literally the first month I started streaming. Like I could find me messaging my family on some, I use Telegram. I could find some messages there and I could put the timeline together, but I remember I like looked at my VOD and you could see like my bandage on the Wii U gamepad. Like, just me bandaged hand, just, like, trying to play. I'm like, Mario is hard right now. They probably threw away a couple bagels. I mean, I immediately went to the hospital. Gonna go home and wash it with alcohol. Wash it with alcohol, wash it down with alcohol. You've cut chunks out of your finger over the years with sharp knives and not paying attention while cutting stuff. Yeah, the issue wasn't necessarily that, like... I wasn't paying attention. I was just trying to be too efficient, you know? It was like, bagel, slice, bagel, slice. When would you use R and L in DS1? Stonks. That's what confuses me. You never had a serious cut, but you've had some fun burns? Yeah. Take knives seriously. That's all I gotta tell you. Everyone's out there having fun with knives. That's a terrible... I'm just trying to do the quote. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm from The Simpsons, but that was a good episode. Efficient? OSHA-ficient? Not very OSHA-ficient if I got a knife-related injury. It was awful, but at the same time, it's behind me, so now I could laugh. It was very inconvenient to stream with. Don't get hand injuries if you're a streamer. Isopropyl, you don't want to drink that? Yeah, don't drink isopropyl. Yeah, you got this covered, Skullmeat. You know what to do. You're gonna make that infection go away. No. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, we're down. We are so down. I'm so bad at cape pumping now. I don't know what happened. It works. It works. Yeah, unfortunately, like, my archive is... The archives are incomplete, as they would say in the Star Wars prequels. Or is that the... I don't remember what movie that was from. Perhaps the archives are incomplete. Yeah, my stream archive channel that everyone goes to. Probably the most popular channel on YouTube. I haven't checked the metrics, but I could only guess. It's missing, like, late 2015 to late 2016. Because I just didn't know I wanted to make an archive channel. Skullmeat, you are big, strong man. I believe in you. I am sorry. Why are you sorry, Darth? Kamino, so episode 2, because Kamino isn't on the Jedi star charts. I see. I like Star Wars, so I can't be a Star Wars fan. No, but what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I like Star Wars, but I don't love Star Wars, so I don't actually know any of the lore. I'm just like, that was a fun movie to watch. You don't want to know? Was it you using multiple accounts in my channel? 'Cause I know. I know what happened earlier, Darth. Boycotting Picante now for being a non-Star Wars fan? No, the joke is I like Star Wars, so I can't be a fan, because all Star Wars fans I know just do nothing except complain. Yeah, I think you could... Did you get the cut at work, Skullmeat? Oh my god. When you say Kamino, I can't think of anything except for Amino. You know, that epic song that sometimes streamers play when they want to build up suspense? You're over here like, it was fun, I like it. If you are a true fan, you love it so much you just hate it, and everyone else who likes it, yeah. It's, No one complains more than the person who wants it to be perfect, right? Perfect's enemy of good, and that's all... You like Star Wars? Yeah, I was like, that movie was fun. I wasn't trying to think about plot holes. I wasn't trying to think where it fit in the rankings of the Star Wars cinematic universe. I was like, Last Jedi? Don't regret watching it. Why were people complaining about this? And then I go on YouTube and like, oh, you watch Star Wars? Here, let's recommend this video, Star Wars Last Jedi, a complete cinematic failure. And that's an actual video that has not left my suggestions for like, I don't know when the movie came out, like 3 years ago? And it has like that really annoying image of like the weird face on the purple commander woman. And like, I know based on the thumbnail that it's gonna be like an anti-SJW rant. And I was like, I really don't care. Oh, come on. You like seeing them all in theaters? You thought Star Wars movies were okay, not bad, not great. That goes for all of them, by the way. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, I'm also incredibly removed from, like, the original releases. What, they were, like, were they early or late 70s? Alright, we got one yump. But anyway, just one of those things where I couldn't really see the movies until significantly after the release. And I watched them and like, these are okay. And I feel like that's how classics work a lot of the time. 79, yeah. The Last Jedi is Gabagool. Kamino is a water planet where clones are grown, or they find Jango Fett. Yeah, that was a yump. We yumped. Like, I watched The Princess Bride, like, a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, this is an okay movie. It's just, it has that, like, early, it's not even early, 87 is not that early. It's just, like, pre-90s, there's just, like, a level of cheese in movies that, I mean, it's not present in all movies, but you just have to forgive. That being said, I'm not gonna, like, call Star Wars 1, 2, 3, or, sorry, 4, 5, 6, like, cinematic masterpieces in the eyes of Picante. I could recognize that they're groundbreaking. They're definitely better. I saw The Black Hole recently, that one Disney movie that tried to copy Star Wars. You know, before they could just buy Star Wars. Not great. Yeah, how many meetings do you think? Well, The Force Awakens probably had about 30 meetings, or not 30 meetings. Every single meeting probably started out with the phrase, "We can't make another prequels. We have to fix this." And then like when they were making 9, they're like, "We can't make another Last Jedi." The internet was pissed. That being said, I almost fell asleep in The Last Jedi because I don't like too much action is so boring. I literally fell asleep in like Terminator 4 Salvation, like the first 4. I know there's like 7 4s now. Cuz like there was like a completely incomprehensible plot. It was just like we got to go to war, and then like the entire movie was war. And Star Wars 9 was like just explosion after explosion. I guess this ship's gonna explode. I guess we're rehashing the same plot for the 9th movie. Cool. You want to go home? I mean, I don't know about your situation, but if you legitimately feel like bad, maybe you could be like, "Hey, I feel sick. Is there any way I could take off early?" They'll be like, "You know what? This is COVIDville. You want to smoke a bowl and play Sound Voltex." For those who don't know, for those who are unaware, SDVX stands for Sound Voltex, which is a game for weebs that happen to like rhythm games. Now, there's actually some really weeby rhythm games on mobile. You know what it is. Are you baiting, Ducknut? I mean, you are. Why do they call you in on your off day? This is your first time in stream? Are you reading the rules? So either you're baiting, Ducknut, or you're way too young to be on Twitch. So if you don't know, Google's your friend. Gamer time. How you doing, Cruzy Poo? You're 17, then I don't know what to say, man. Sound Voltex is weeby, you won't lie. What's that one weeby game? What is that one weeby game? Muse Dash. MUSEDASH. That is, it has brain power in it. Freeze Pop, like the ones that made Less Talk, More Rock? I guess that isn't a lot of rhythm games. But you're a degenerate weeb who likes rhythm games? Sound Voltex wasn't even that weeby. Like, every single more release, they're alienating, like, a significant portion of the player base that isn't into weeb shit. Not to say, like, that honestly, the overlap of rhythm game, Japanese rhythm game players, because, like, there's a very different rhythm game player base for, like, Guitar Hero than, like, someone who's going out of their way to play Sound Voltex. Freeze Pop has a song called Brain Power. I'm talking about the Noma Brain Power one. Freeze Pop, is that who made Less Talk, More Rock? Who made, like, that one? Yeah, a lot of rhythm games are actually weeby. There's nothing wrong with being a weeb, but it's like just like imagine if like you're playing a rhythm game and then every single update like is super into like it started out like yeah, there were like a couple model train themes and then like the second update they really go in on those model trains like by like the 8th update to the game, everything is model train themed and you're like, I don't even like model trains. Why am I playing this anymore? That's how it feels with the game that gets more weeby. Speaking of weeb games, I want to play Danganronpa. That's one day. All the rock songs are too hard. What, Nos? That's because they rock hard, man. Yeah, of course the run that, like, has terrible pace. We actually could do this level. It's just the weeby songs are sometimes bangers. Yeah, I mean, for some reason the weeby music gets really fast. Like, you got a Camellia song, it's like 220 BPM. Get a little rough sketch in there. Whoa, that was not cool. Yeah, not the best. The Big Black Wolf, what's that? Is that... Who makes that? Shit. I know that song. You're struggling not to ask how you could save the run? I'm thinking of like a speedcore remix of those. That's a Lap Fox track, if you recall. The dude makes stuff under 40 names. Lap Fox, is that Reynard? Reynard? I don't like Reynard because he's actually a scumbag, but, yeah. What version of SMW I'm playing? For the Super Nintendo. You know nothing about the person? Yo, how you doing, Ruby? And if you're struggling not to ask how to save the run, Darth, you know you don't gotta say that. Alright, see ya. You play OS? I have never played OS. I played Elite Beat Agents. Ruby, are you enjoying the new Battlegrounds update? I played one round. I got second. Yeah, Reynard. Oh my god, don't get the... Why did I jump? Some gross, allegations. Let's just say that. PSI. Makes it hard to support their music. Gotta give OS a chance? Well, I loved Elite Beat Agents. I don't have time to get good at a rhythm game right now. Just got home from work. We'll be playing after a nap. I feel like every single time a new... Well, really only 2 new tribes have come out, right? Pirates and Elementals. But they feel pretty broken. I mean, that being said, we'll see in like 3 weeks that they're actually the weakest in the game. But maybe everyone's trying to push them, and therefore I've seen a lot of crazy builds. But I'm having a lot of fun with the new ranking system. Dragons? Oh yeah, dragons, I forgot. Yeah. Turns out dragons actually are a little strong. One of these days, Ruby, I'll actually wear the pepper spicy shirt when you're watching stream. Does anyone watch Family Guy or South Park? I guess I used to. The same season they had PC Principal is the same season I stopped watching, but not because of PC Principal. Just like when they started serializing episodes, I just got less into it. I don't listen to Camellia. If I'm gonna listen, like the best like Bamani artist is Blackie. When are they gonna introduce Dragons to Battlegrounds? Dragons to Gattlegrounds. Oh my god, I almost died. Yeah, favorite Konami song ever made, or Bamani song ever made, is Paradision. You got the song Kyle's Mom's a Bitch in your head? That's a classic. I remember bumping that back in like 5th grade, thinking it was the funniest shit. Shut up. Don't you mean gut gup? Okay. You know what? I just... Ruby leaves the stream and never comes back. And I deserve it. There's a live cover of that. That's great. I live off the baby rage. Alright, so we don't want any vertical scrolling. That's what makes this level bad. This run is very savable. People saying, how can you save the run? Very easily, just don't mess up. That's all you gotta do. And also don't get bonus game, that'd be a little sad, right? Imagine if one of my rules says don't be a Karen. So you're saying imagine if I put one of my rules... Oh my god, no, 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 no. Okay. Shit. That's not good. I feel like Karen is just like already... Well... It was really never that funny. But it's just like Oh no! It's just like so played out. We made a really bad decision there. It was perfectly salvageable until I got hit the second time. I guess in that scenario I should have gotten the mushroom. Plan B is lose a billion seconds. This was actually one of our largest time saves and we kind of fucked it up. God mode time? Karen's wore out and overused. It's in the same territory as Millennium. Yeah. Like, Millennial is a perfect example. Yo, at least we got the cycle skip. Hey, Picante, is that a Berserk shirt? No, it's an Akira... This is the only piece of Supreme clothing I have. It's an Akira Supreme shirt. Because I thought it looked cool. Rip Run? Not really. Still exists and it fits the term perfectly. To each their own. If you want to deal with auto-scrolling, go to SMB3. I have. Bacante X Supreme? Yeah, sure. As a purveyor of overpriced clothing, I just don't like Supreme. Because Supreme's too mainstream, okay? Yeah, there was an Akira Supreme collection. So Supreme is the clothing brand. They did a thing with Akira. All 5 is the command. 500 can be an alias. Okay. That's some normie cancer, not gonna lie. Supreme is not even an American clothing brand, right? There are, like, first of all... I feel like people just call something normie because, like... First of all, if you're talking about normie, Akira is, like, literally one of the most normie animes of all time. It's, like, lauded as the best, one of the best animated movies of all time. That's like saying, like, oh, Spirited Away X Supreme, normie trash. I don't know. It's already relatively normalized. Also, I don't like the term normie because it implies that, like, oh, if anime gets popular, it becomes bad. Not a fan of that. But, I don't know. I thought they were cool shirts. Supreme started in New York City. They're a skateboarding clothing brand for... Okay, I didn't know that. For some reason, I thought they were a Korean brand. You know it's normie shit? Eh. You're being somewhat ironic. Okay. You have plenty popular stuff? Yo, how you doing, Kieran? Hope you're doing well. You would love to be called normie or predictable? You're normal. I don't know. I think one of the better insults is like to say that you're a completely average person and that's all you're gonna be. I guess adding the second part is what makes it the insult. Because it implies that, like, I don't know, for some reason being one of the extremes, even being like bad is whatever. Doing okay? Kind of a lonely, boring night. Well, hopefully, my smart device almost did some shit. And hopefully I can make it less boring. That's all I'm saying, Kieran. Look into the Mario gameplay. Don't miss that. The OS World Cup is gonna happen soon. Who's gonna win? I'm gonna guess Ninja. I know a lot of money's on, what's his name? I know a lot of money's on Tyler 1, but I think Ninja's gonna cinch the OS World Champ. You will say, though, when people say Spirited Away is the best anime ever, you cringe a bit. I don't, like, let people enjoy their things, you know? Like, yeah, it's kind of an uninformed opinion, but, like, honestly, I've seen a shit ton of anime, and Spirited Away is seriously near the top. Like, I don't think it's that invalid to say Spirited Away is, like, the best anime thing ever, right? Not saying the stuff is bad, but there's better. Honestly, in terms of anime movies, I've seen a shit ton, and Miyazaki holds its own. I think my second favorite anime movie, it goes Akira and then Howl's Moving Castle. Miyazaki would slap the shit out of anyone calling Spirited Away an anime. I didn't realize he has his own connotations on what he considers his movies. I consider anything animated from Japan to be anime. I also don't consider Avatar to be an anime. Isn't the literal definition of from Japan? Nothing beats JoJo. I read some of the JoJo manga and it was okay. But I think the American release of the JoJo manga, which is what I read, like, starts, like, weirdly through it, you know? As someone who never watches anime, you also define it that way? JoJo's wild. There are animated movies he thinks anime to be lower quality and made for TV. I mean, I'm not gonna argue with Miyazaki on the definition of anime. That seems like a misguided thing to do. What I will say though is that my personal definition and how I think of things is that way. Could it be wrong? I guess. JoJo X Gucci collab? I doubt it. What does Gucci even collaborate with? You think I'm the reason I ended up watching JoJo? I think I just like started talking about JoJo memes because I see all the memes and I get the memes. There's good memes. I think I said at one point in time everyone should watch JoJo so they could understand the memes. Knowing full well I barely understood the memes. There's a JoJo Gucci collab? I didn't know that. Apparently Gucci is collaborating with the North Face soon. Probably, okay. North Face jackets are pretty stylish. If you want a North Face jacket, but instead of the whole good price point, aka why you buy a North Face product, you can buy the Gucci version. You for sure understand the memes now? It was Dio the whole time? Or wait, no, I forget what it is. You know what I mean, though. I tried. JoJo X Gucci collab. Okay. Interesting. It was a Japan-only event, though. Which makes sense to me. I am way too low right now. Yep. I am panicking. Okay. Yeah, I guess there actually are a decent amount of Gucci anime collaborations that take place in Japan. And that makes sense. Because, I mean, if I'm being honest, Japan values anime a lot more than the US. In the US, if a product were to associate itself with an anime, it would most likely be seen as cheap, even though that might not be the case. Toradora is... I haven't seen it, but I've heard of it. Coachella was gonna have Miku? I mean, Hatsune Miku partnered with Domino's and people laughed them out of the room. Mangas are so last year, it's all about manhwas now. Well, for some reason in the US, everyone hates manga. I don't know. I talk about, oh, I read manga, not anime. Everyone's like, bleh. Toradora. Look it up. I assume it's... I just see, like, anime girl. So I assume by you saying Kappa and LOL related to it, it's very fan servicey. Maybe that's why in the US, anime would probably cheapen your brand. Are you telling me a product would not want to associate with Icon? Icon is... That's... What else can I say? Really, I can't say anything without it getting me banned. It's a drama that disguises itself as a slice of life. Have you ever watched School Days, Schoolmeat? I started watching School Days. Then why'd you Kappa? Why'd you Kappa? I started watching the anime School Days, not knowing anything about it, and honestly, I feel like that's what everyone should. Everyone, if you're gonna watch School Days, watch it without knowing anything about it. Maybe you'll enjoy it. You're actually serious? It's damn good? Then why did you shouldn't have capped it then? That just adds confusion. School Days, you own the visual novel? I didn't know it was a visual novel. I've only seen the anime. Okay, for those who don't know what School Days is, it also disguises itself as a slice of life anime, and then like it goes on like pretty much psychological horror. So I guess that's similar to what like Doki Doki, except this one's I don't know anything about Doki Doki Panic, but I'm gonna guess it's not as depressing as School Days. Oh, terrible. School Days is fucked up, yeah. It may not be for everyone, yeah, pretty much. I legitimately had no idea what it was going into it. I was like, oh, I like slice of life. Okay, we're fine. This is gonna be fine, and then it wasn't fine. Because, someone got stabbed to make sure they weren't pregnant. And beheaded on a boat. There we go, I spoiled it. Now you don't have to watch any School Days. The pigeon dating sim looks like a joke until you play it, then you find out it's a very, very good joke. Kind of reminds me of the people who got mad at Game Grumps because they kept advertising that daddy dating simulator. It's like, oh, this game, and like they made it sound funny, but no, it's like just a very, very serious gay dating simulator with dads. The visual novel you think might be worse? I have never played a visual novel, and I don't plan on it. Just how it be. I don't know, I hear the KFC dating simulator is pretty good. You picked Craig on your first playthrough of Dream Daddy and he has no good ending. You've played a lot of visual novels, ruined it. Dude, you spoiled Dream Daddy for me? No, it's okay. You guys gotta stop spoiling these visual novels. I was gonna play them all. I guess I'm never gonna play a visual novel now. Which is how it is. You had a roommate who recommended Golden Boy and you think the last 2 episodes? I'm not sure if I finished Golden Boy. Maybe not because I probably would have remembered what you're talking about. I just remember like the first episode. That show's a little raunchy. You distinctly remember lying? Wow. Terrible person, Skullmate. Yeah, I don't know. Like... It's one of those things, and this is probably, like, some insecurity I have, but I would definitely feel weird playing, like, visual novels, especially if I played multiple visual novels, like, in a relationship. It doesn't sound that bad, it's the context. I see. Cromartie High School is the shit, though. I really enjoyed the manga for Cromartie High School. I never saw the anime. But yeah, that's a really funny manga series. Best manga, in my opinion, is still Vagabond. Vagabond is the shit. School Days HQ is worth a play. Is it though? As someone with no interest in visual novels, the only visual novel I'd be at all interested in playing is Doki Doki Literature Club because of the hype. Like, I don't know the problem. Like, I'm not really a weeb anymore. My interest in anime is almost nearly entirely faded. I still read One Piece, and that's about it. I'm just like, I guess I'm sick of the tropes in a lot of anime. Picante, you still have my copy of Death Note? You owe me $10, Cruzy. I think I actually paid... There were like the... I remember, I forget which brands they were, but there was like the $8 brand of manga, and the $10 brand of manga, and like the $12 brand of manga. And if you were like a 6th grader with no income, and you got like one of those $12 books, you felt like you were living, like, this is the classy shit. This is the good shit. Doki Doki is quite interesting. Yeah, I feel like Doki Doki Literature Club, like, it transcends genre, and that it's just like a game that you should play. While none of the other visual novels, like, it's like, oh, if you're into visual novels, you'll like this game. Shit. You have my copy of Eternal Sonata, which you absolutely love. I think that might be our mutual friend Madison's copy. But yeah, Eternal Sonata. Haven't played much of it, but from what I could tell, it's an extremely well-made RPG. I know it actually recently re-released for Switch. It's actually not a bad choice. Tales of Vesperia, I think, is one of the more underrated RPGs ever made. Picante also gave you... I gave you all, at least, like, I had the full series, and I maybe gave you all a book. I'm not just, like, handing out Death Note to everyone. He said School Days HQ because it's completely animated like anime, but I just said I'm not into anime anymore. Same, he also gave me a Death Note? Yeah, pretty much. Let you borrow a Death Note, I see. You'd be interested in an anime guide that tells you how much screaming's in anime? Does screaming Ikadoki Mas count, or however you pronounce it? Ikadori Mas. So I feel like every anime, someone's screaming it. School Days is messed up, I agree. Picante used to walk around the high school begging people to take his Death Note book. Sounds about right. Death Note is like perfect for a edgy high schooler. It's like, yo, you read this shit? This guy could kill people with a book. For those that it interests, Cruzy Poo, I don't know. We're getting a little too personal here. Spooking me. Elle is basically Kieran Northrop. I don't remember the part where she died of a heart attack. Oh, a spoiled Death Note for people. You never got into Death Note? The premise didn't really interest you? You tried, but you couldn't get into it? Honestly, I think if I read Death Note now, I wouldn't give a shit. There's just something about being 16. Or really, it was about being 14 in the era of, like, glomping and boxy. Like, scene was still a thing, and that was the most important thing. If your Hot Topic was packed, Death Note was a perfect addition to your life, you know? You actually haven't seen the ending? Okay. Oof. Oof. I'm sorry. I I feel like, I don't know, it's like spoiling X kills Y in Harry Potter. It's like everyone knows. Do not mention Glomp ever again. Glomp Cyclops from across the room. Eternal Darkness is the quintessential horror game. Isn't that like a movie series with the boomstick? Well, stop now trying not to weeb folks that aren't interested. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be the weeb and evangelist. I keep every single time I say evangelist, which apparently is a lot recently. I keep wanting to say Evangelion. He's literally making disgusted noises every single time I say it. Yo, wait till I hold up my spork and glomp you. Give you nightmares. Any respect you may have had for me has been burned to ash. Yeah, the second glomp, it was over. The third and I guess fourth by accident. It's negative. It's turned into disdain. Fuck, now you have no reason to watch the rest of Death Note. I do really apologize. But I could give you another spoiler that will counteract the spoiler and make it so it's less important. I'm really sorry. I didn't realize you... I feel like everyone here had already read Death Note. You don't care about a glomp? I see. We're trying to bring back some 90s/2000 slang and certain thing. You forgive me, Picante? Well, okay, if you don't want to hear a spoiler to counteract that other spoiler, it's not really a spoiler. Okay, it is a spoiler. It's definitely a spoiler, but it's not as big of a spoiler as that may help you out here. But it's gonna be 3, 2, 1. It happens like a little before halfway through the series. So, it's not like it's like the big reveal, you know? It happens, and then, like, there's the other half. That's almost where you are? Oh, no. Oh, I actually am sorry. I am really sorry. But that's, like, that's different, because when you said it, you were probably like, oh, this must be, like, one of the final climaxes. Did I make it worse? I'm pretty sure that makes it better. Like, whenever someone talks about, like, a main character dying, I feel like they just assume it happens near the end. You've met people who don't shut up about it, you generally discuss it unless it comes up. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like people who are into anime could talk about anime forever. It's about knowing when to talk about anime. You think it makes it better because you don't know the ending? Yeah. Someone spoiled Harry Potter for you, like, 2 times? Yeah, I remember, like, Star Wars spoilers were rampant for a while. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Okay, well, whatever. Well, now on your shift? Yo, good luck, schoolmate. I know it's not as bad as actual spoilers, but the amount of times I've been quote-unquote spoiled by something like, oh yeah, that movie has a crazy ending, or oh, that movie has a twist. It's like, why'd you tell me? Now I'm gonna try to be thinking about what the twist is the entire time. God damn it. P.S. No more Death Note spoilers. We have a confessed reader of Death Note here. They probably don't want to get spoiled anymore. Tell people a movie has a twist ending, but it actually doesn't. Like, okay, we're gonna talk movie spoilers on an old movie here, so if you haven't seen The Prestige, leave the chat for about... Okay, this is actually terrible now. It could be the 4th episode, I have no idea. Okay, that's cool. But, like, I read... the Wikipedia page when I was trying to find good movies to watch. I'm like, oh, The Prestige. And, like, someone talked about the Prestige and how, like, the twist, man. And, like, I spent a lot of the movie finding out what, like, I was like, and then, like, I got to a section that I thought was the twist, and I was fine, and then there was an actual another twist, so it was fine. If a movie's good about it, you can't predict the twist, but it still is definitely a spoiler. Spoiler about the Prestige, David Bowie is in it? Yeah, I read the cast after the movie. I'm like, oh, that guy was David Bowie? Of course, I see it now, of course. You didn't even know Bowie was in it until you saw his name in the credits, didn't recognize him? Yeah. I feel like every single person who's watched The Prestige has that same conclusion. Alright, sounds good, Stonks. Your friend told you beforehand, so you're looking out for him? Yeah, Prestige, good movie. I remember, because that movie was, what, 2005? So I was in, like, 5th grade. I remember The Prestige and The Illusionist came out. And because, like, I don't know, movies are expensive and families generally only go to one, my family saw The Illusionist. And I had friends that saw The Prestige and like, oh, The Prestige is better than The Illusionist. And I was like, oh, The Illusionist kicks so much ass, so much better than Prestige. I don't remember a single thing about The Illusionist, but I could already remember it's definitely a better movie than, or sorry, The Prestige is definitely a better movie than The Illusionist. You think you prefer The Illusionist? I don't know. What's the age you have to be to recognize when a movie's good? Because you could watch a good movie in like 5th grade and think it's good, but I also like think any garbage movie is good. It's just like watching a movie under the influence of certain things. Comparing the two, you like The Prestige more? I mean, they're twin films. They came out nearly identically, like in time. I don't know. They were both the same year at least. It had less Bowie, so it's objectively worse. Bowie's cameoing in movies from heaven. Okay? It's like Armageddon and Deep Impact. We're talking about 2 good movies here, though. There's a Wikipedia page on Twin Film. What usually happens is that, like, there's rumors that there's a really good script of a certain genre, and then, like, the other studio scrambles to compete, and it's like, we got a really good script in this genre now, too, and it's like, okay. Ants and Bugs Life, yeah, exactly. Which I'm pretty sure Ants is better. I'm pretty sure Ants is better, but it's been a while. But yeah, I think you can't really recognize if a movie's good until, like, high school. The first year where you could take a film studies class, even though a lot of high schools don't offer them. Greetings, Picante. Hope I'm well. Good luck on my runs. Yo, thank you. We're gonna need it. Fuck. I haven't messed that up in a while. Nope. Yeah, there's a lot of twin films. Jesus Christ. A lot of these movies are like barely twin films. A Quiet Place versus The Silence. Who's ever heard of The Silence? Darkest Hour in Dunkirk. I feel like a lot of these you just haven't heard of the other movie. Zootopia and Sing? What is Sing? Picante's Peak and Volcano. Where is that? I was recently reading, what's that Japanese volcano right on the southwest, the Kagemusha or something? No, that's a Japanese term for Shadow Warrior. Dante's Peak. I see. The Silence is on Netflix. Korojima? Is that the name of it? Yeah, I was watching this like Japanese nature documentary. It seemed cool. I want to visit and live in Volcanoville. But apparently that volcano is going to do some real damage in like the next 30 years, so maybe not. Volcanoville would be a really good name for a town. You think Deep Impact / Armageddon are the best known in your lifetime? Ants and Bugs Life, I think, is another big one. Fuck. What's going on here? Sakurajima, that's the one I'm thinking of. Watching someone speedrun a story-intensive game makes it not fun to watch. I mean, it's just different. Like, I watch a lot of RPG speedruns that are just like, it's different than watching someone casually play the game, and it's not necessarily bad. Finding Nemo and Shark Tale, yeah, that's another one. Like, I used to watch a lot of Paper Mario speedruns, and the same streamer would do the speedruns of the game and casual playthroughs of the game. And like, it'd be a completely different stream, both equally entertaining though. Yeah, Jobs versus Steve Jobs, the two Jobs movies that came out around the same time. No Strings Attached versus Friends with Benefits. Oh yeah, but Despicable Me and Megamind, that's another big one. Those came out at like the same time. I mean, there's a Wikipedia page on this I'm reading. It's a crowdsourced folding at home task for strategies for some Paper Mario level. I see. I want task strategy for this one Camel Tried cheat code. No one knows what I'm talking about. I would have to explain it over text. It's too hard to talk about. Oh yeah, Knowing in 2012 came out around the same time. There was 2 movies on Flight 93. There were 2 movies on Capote at the same time. There were 2 movies on War of the Worlds at the same time. Freddy vs. Jason and Alien vs. Predator came out at the same time. Fuck, why? Why am I forgetting how to do this level? Those movies make sense if they're about a person's death or... Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I guess Capote died, yeah. The Road to El Dorado versus Emperor New Groove is a pretty good one. Bicentennial Man and AI Artificial Intelligence, pretty good one. The Kevin James Mall Cop. There was a Seth Rogen Mall Cop movie. The Equalizer and John Wick. Bicentennial Man is leagues away from AI, though. Is that in a good way or a bad way? I saw neither. Which is the one with, Robin Williams? I mean, one doesn't have to be good for it to be a twin film. Road to El Dorado and Emperor's New Groove are very different. I feel like it's weird with kids movies because it could just be like animated kid. Like they look very similar in terms of animation. AI was pretty mediocre. I see. I've never heard of Ed TV, but apparently it was a twin film with The Truman Show. Deep Impact Armageddon, Ants Bug Life, we got those. Yeah, someone mentioned Dante's Peak and Volcano. Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I guess, because they're both video game movies. We're getting too old now. We're in the 80s. There's a double dragon film apparently. I didn't know. Return of the Living Dead versus Day of the Dead, I guess, yeah. K9 and Turner and Hooch. Yeah, I mean, I'm literally reading off a Wikipedia page right now. You know, and I should be going fast. Well, I'm still going fast. As fast as I can. K9 and Turner and Hooch. I have no idea what those are. Turner and Hooch sounds familiar. I feel like like Starsky and Hutch, maybe? I don't know. Flubber and No Country for Old Men. You know. They're buddy cop films with the partner's a dog. I see. You know you're a doofus when you laugh at your own jokes. You're reading the same page, you have to say some of these are reaching quite hard? I guess. Big and Citizen Kane, yeah. No, Big's actually on the list. Apparently there's a movie called Like Father, Like Son. I have no idea what it is. I can't believe No Country for Old Men ripped off Flubber like that. An American Tail and The Great Mouse Detective. Wait, Tail is in T-A-I-L? Is that about an animal? They both have mice in it. Same with my local McDonald's and Stuart Little. But those aren't really that similar. Telltale, get it. Yeah, I do. It took me a while. There's a lot of cheese puns in American Tail. How come no one's made cheese the protagonist in an action movie? Like it's just a movie about cheese, you know? That'd be pretty cool. I want to see cheese fight some shit. No, no one else? No one else? Probably not. Cheese is a protagonist in a Magic the Gathering card. Wow, that's a big roll. The cheese standalone is the only card you need on your table, you win? Really? If it's the only card on the table, you win. Okay. It's pretty powerful. What if you do it turn 1? You probably can't. They probably thought of that. Cost 6 to cast. That still seems pretty easy. I don't know anything about Magic, but I know Hearthstone is basically Magic, but they made it. They're Blizzard. But board clear that costs 4. I don't know what the max is. It's probably 10. Then you do a little bit of a 6. Wrath of God and then Armageddon, call it a day. Are we talking movies or Magic cards? I honestly can't tell. Magic the Gathering, okay. So I'm like, we were talking about the movie Armageddon before, right? The more I think about it, the more Mario's kind of a badass. Believe it or not, he does some cool shit. Alright, a bunch of people show up with half an hour left on your, or with an hour left on your shit. You're gonna have to clean up at 7:30. Oh my god. Resi. Thank you for the host. How was Tetris the Grand Master? I'm making a grand guess. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure I saw you streaming that earlier. Yeah, don't fake pandemic, anyone. Pretty mad. Oof. Well, I hope you like meh SMW. Yeah, coughing is the new shitting your pants in public. Weird to think about, but definitely true. Maybe a bit of an escalation. But believe me, I've done both. No, I have not. But I could guess. I once got good at these, and then, yeah. Now I'm terrible. You've never done it, and you never will? Yeah, he's not a cougher. Magic, yeah, magic, there we go. Same joke. Different people. Like, I remember I was with Pink, and I'm not trying to call Pink out, because, like, people do this. But, like, we were just, like, walking into my apartment. Like, this was, like, May, I think. And, like, we were walking in public, and, like, sometimes you just, like, have a cough. It's, like, it just, something's in the back of your throat, you do a little cough. And, like, we were, like, behind this guy, but we were, like, a solid, like, 10 feet behind this guy. And, like, he like, picks up the pace, and he's, like, fast walking, like, close to, like, a jog, trying to get away from us. It's like, Jesus Christ, dude. It's a single cough. Good workout? Yeah, that's it. Just coincidence. I think the biggest reach I see on this list is Battleship and Pacific Rim for twin movies. It's like one's literally based on a board game. But it is pretty weird that apparently both the movies the protagonist loses a brother. People have always been kind of paranoid about illness. Yeah, I lived in China for a while. Superstition. That's a little different. There's a ripoff called Atlantic Rim. Well, that's just a... those movies always exist. Forget what they call them. "10 minutes working out?" Mockbuster, that's what they call them. People seem to just be paranoid in general. Yeah, pretty much. I was paranoid about that. And it worked out. Hello, good luck. Thank you, Node. I appreciate it. Oh, the best was this guy who came in for 10 minutes like, "Okay, buddy, good workout." Okay, I missed that part. I thought you were talking about the guy running away from us. Hey, running on a treadmill for 10 minutes. That gets me, sweating, you know? If you're at a gym, they don't have isopropyl there. I feel like that's a good disinfectant that you could probably use. I feel like a gym would have it. You would run for 5? Yeah, just... A mile is... I don't think actually any human could run more than that. But it was get your blood going before an hour workout. Yeah, there we go. Like, the Peloton has some, like, 10-minute workouts. Most of them are, like, what is it? Like, warm-ups or cool-downs. But there are some, like, actual ones. High intensity. I was driving home from work and happened to take the time. Wait. I was driving home from work and happened to take the same first 6 turns as someone else, and you must have thought you were following them because they took the second last turn off the highway over the split between the highway and the exit, almost crashing. Jesus Christ. Well, if you think someone's, like, following you on the road, you're probably doing some sketchy shit in the first place, because, like, I don't know. If someone followed me on the road, they would arrive to a very boring conclusion to the end of that follow. I mean, unless they're trying to mug me. I don't know. Uh-oh. That's not good. If you're that paranoid, you probably have something to hide? Yeah. I mean, people are like, oh, you use a VPN, you must be paranoid or hiding something. That's different. But it's kind of stemming from the same argument. But I made it too. Probably spend more time cleaning the equipment than he did using it. They have something. Well, why don't you use that to occupy your time, Skullmeat? Because I know you're going to use it anyway. They probably have Band-Aids in a gym too. Yeah, the hardest work is, so, like, at one point I did hire a personal trainer. I was like, you know what? I'm going to get super in shape, personal trainer. Then I ended up not doing it for very long because it's expensive as shit. But, yeah, the hardest workouts I ever did were the ones that mixed cardio with strength. And, like, it would do, like, a bunch of strength exercises and then, like, a little time on the bike. That would get your shit pumping. You have a fixed IP using a VPN is about as paranoid as locking the front door? Okay. You were on your way to work when you worked for Apple, but you were behind 2 girls for the time, and you pulled out of your driveway. You followed them the whole time because it was your normal route, and followed them the way to work. Even in the parking lot, one girl got out and said, "Why are you following us?" And I looked at them and held up my badge and let us into the building. Yeah, well, get wrecked, nerd. Not you. Well, I guess you're a nerd if you work for Apple. Dude's an Apple genius, but it sounds like you actually work for actual Apple instead of, you know. Strength cardio or like CrossFit? No, it was just, I don't know. It didn't have a name. It was personal trainer making you do things. But no, they're the nerds who got wrecked. That's all I'm trying to say. Cyclops, don't worry. I would never call you a nerd. I'd know if I did. Yeah, I would probably know if I did CrossFit too. Because all the people would be like, you know, you're supposed to tell people you do CrossFit, right? That's the whole reason you do it. They happen to be on your daily commute route that day? Well, I know people like take the train and they like have little like not real friendships, but like eventually it's like, oh yeah, I see the same person every day. It's like, oh, the one random day you don't see them, it's like, oh, I wonder what happened to them. I hope they're okay. Even though you've never talked to them and they've never talked to you. There's like that little relationship, that commuter bond. That and to injure myself, yeah. Just as like fucked up $1 Million Extreme is, there's that one. I'm reminded of that one video of him in the gym doing like the absolute worst workouts ever. Single serving friends. I feel like that's from something. I think I've seen that. Yo, how you doing, Palk? It's from Fight Club. Yeah, okay. I did recently watch Fight Club. I was not a fan of Fight Club. I feel like we were just talking about Meatloaf on stream. Wow, and I'm talking about it? I'm not talking about... Well, I guess I am. Dream Hazard broke the rule. I don't care. What's gonna happen? Brad Pitt's gonna come and beat me up? Probably not. For various reasons, but... I'm not gonna go into them. You watched the episode of House with Meatloaf in it? The House of Meatloaf. Sounds like that could be a TV show by itself. You're good working graveyard shift? Well, hope I can make it less boring. By that, I don't know what you do, Pelk, but... some systems are going haywire. I'm using my telepathy here. I didn't mean watching the stream. You work night shift here, you gotta leave in about 30 minutes? Got a lot of night shift people here. Oh, come on, Fight Club is a great movie? I think it was just overhyped. I came into it with way too high expectations, and I left not really satisfied. I'd probably rate it a 6 out of 10. Fight Club is one of your favorite movies? You've never seen it, so don't talk about it? That's fair. Yeah, no spoilers for Fight Club. Let's respect Cyclops here. Fight Club is a good movie. Wouldn't say it's top 5, but decent enough. I legitimately think, like... First of all, I came into it knowing literally nothing about the plot. All I knew is that some people probably fought. And so I watched the movie with no expectations except fighting and really good. And I kind of left, like... It didn't scratch the itch I thought it was going to scratch. Demolition Man #1, or for #1 best ever? I don't think I've seen Demolition Man. I think I would know, right? Hackers is your #1 film. You don't think it's the best, but it's your favorite? I think my favorite film is Akira. Big fan of Fiddler on the Roof, even though I don't really watch it that much, but that's because, growing up Jewish, it's kind of impossible not to enjoy Fiddler on the Roof. Hackers is so bad it's glorious. You watched it again recently? I think I've heard something like that. Like it's cheesy or something. Cleanup time later? Good luck, Skullmeat. Hackers is good because of how Hollywoodized it is. It didn't age well. Are there 2 people on a keyboard hacking into the mainframe? Do they enhance some images by zooming in on them and then they're perfectly clear? Garden State is kind of a bad movie, but it's your all-time favorite. I think I remember I watched Garden State when I was in like 6th grade, and I was like, this is the deepest shit I've ever seen. And then like I think I recently saw it like on like TV or something like 5 years ago, and I was like, this is so unbearable to watch. This is the like every single trope from like the early 2000s. Zach Braff. Can we talk about how Zach Braff and Dak Shepard are the same person? Have you ever seen Dak Shepard and Zach Braff in the same room? Hackers, instead of so bad it's good, it's so wrong it's right. The monitor projects onto the character's face, and the graphical interface is fractal, yeah. Fuck. Stop it. That was terrifying. You watch it with people who know you're a professional in InfoSec, and they're like, what do that thing do? And I'm like, to make a character look cool, yeah. Yeah, there needs to be more of that in our field. I mean, some people are, like, honestly, some people have, like, their desks decked out in, like, figurines and stuff like that. But I mean, like, actually, no, I do not want more LEDs in the office. There aren't any, but I want to keep it that way. I don't want to be distracted by someone's flashing desk. So how you doing, Ted Adopted? It was Garden State like the literal... Was Garden State the reason why Manic Pixie Dream Girl is a thing? Silly Camp, it's fun. Did what they set out to do, which is make fun of film... Make a fun film about the hot topic of the day. Almost certainly, yeah, I could see that. Sick, dude. I'm not even gonna read that sentence, Jimmy. I have no idea what it means. Every time you watch it, you see the same things you described. It's objectively bad, but it suckers you in every time. Like, I don't think this is really any spoilage, but like when he's like screaming into the gorge, I'm like, did you really have to have this in your movie? This is the cheesiest shit I've ever seen in my life. Hackers has a brilliant soundtrack. I feel like a lot of like tech-based movies in the 90s had like legitimately good soundtrack. It's like bumping tunes like people would listen to when they're trying to like find 90s techno. Yo, check it out, man. He's got a 28.8 BPS. Are you talking baud right now? Baud per second modem. That just reminds me of the Internet King episode of Simpsons where comic book guy comes in and asks for like a T1 line. And as a kid, I definitely had no idea what he was saying, but now I actually understand every single thing that comic book guy is asking for. Talking baud, but baud per second is redundant. I forget how baud works. I know it's not like, it does not translate to like how we currently measure speeds. Though I only really know baud from Strong Bad. His computer had like 12 baud or something. Is this the Twitch channel where the Snooker OSTs get posted? Yeah, the Snooker video game for Game Boy Color has a very good soundtrack. And by that I mean it has one of its like 2 songs is good. The other's only okay. You do 3D modeling of interiors on 3ds Max. Well, graveyard shift for 3D modeling? Unless you were not one of the graveyard shifters. The shifters? Jesus. I'm confused who's graveyard shifting right now. That's pretty good. That was very smooth. It's effectively bits per second, but not quite. I thought it was gonna gold, and we didn't even save time. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I remember it was like a weird, like it didn't quite translate. But you gotta be impressed I even know what baud is. Kids these days apparently don't know anything about CRTs. Based on my Discord conversation. Based on the hashtag drama that happened today. It wasn't really drama. I'm a showman, okay? Symbols per second as in teletype machines. Yeah, okay, that's what I remember. I remember watching Homestar Runner when I was like 11, looking it up, completely forgetting it. You're working graveyard, but most of your clients from America. Okay, oh, that's fair. Yeah, just like we have like a UK team, and we generally meet up with them really early in the day. Because we don't want to be assholes. You're gonna bounce for some Hades. Have a good stream, y'all. Heard good things. Also heard mediocre things. From a mod, so that's kind of important. One of the best games ever. I hear it's really good. I don't know, the only roguelike I've ever liked is Binding of Isaac, so... I want to play Bastion. That's what I want to play. It reminds me that Bastion's a game. Whoever said mediocre things is wrong. They said it, they really wanted to love it, but they couldn't get into it. It's like Binding of Isaac, but better. Unless, if it's like Binding, but better. Are you talking about foot binding? Because most things are better than foot binding. If we're being honest. Not a good comparison. Spelunky 2 comes out on PC. Best roguelike ever. Roguelites! I don't have time. I think I have time. I don't want to play a game with, like, literally infinite game. You know? Bastion is a great game. You platinumed it on PS4. Binding of Isaac has a huge update incoming, apparently. I only played the first Binding of Isaac. Like, I didn't play, Rebirth or Afterbirth. Yo, how come... Is there a sequel to the actual Rogue? From, like, the 70s, 80s? Rogue Legacy. There's a lot of roguelike games. You heard Hades is a roguelite and not a roguelike. Saying that is gibberish to me. Like, how am I supposed to process that? Okay, it's like a road. Rogue? Unless we're talking like the bat. Rouge the bat. It's a rouge light. Yeah, what does it mean? I don't know. It's the most roguelike, roguelite, roguelike. Roguelike and roguelikes. Stop it. Stop. All of you stop it. Tell me the definitions. So I don't have to say them in succession, because I'm gonna fuck it up. You've heard it called light way more than like? You hate the roguelike term, to be honest, makes more sense as light. Light is you get interim progression, like you don't. Okay, so you get, like, in Binding of Isaac, you get those weapon power-ups and stuff. I mean, like, roguelike, if you're literally talking about the visuals of Rogue, wasn't Rogue, like, a early computer game with, like, basic-ass walls, and that's it? Like, I don't know if graphics is really a good indicator. Because, like, any game in any genre could just have better graphics or more crazy graphics, you know? I guess there is, like, a subgenre of games like Space Giraffe, where the graphics are the game because they just get in the way. Like, what, Hyper whatever for Xbox Live Arcade? No one knows what I'm talking about. E4 I was thinking of. Every extra extend extreme. Not Hyper something. What's that one for Dreamcast that has really cool visuals that's like nothing like any other game? I've never played it. Rez, yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Hit the nail on the head, Dream Hazard. Then there's further fuzzing of it because some runs have unlocks, but they're not really... I mean, like, like, I don't know. They both mean the same thing to me. Like, even if one has progression in some way and one has no progression in another way, it's gonna, like, mean the same thing to me. I'm not gonna be upset about terms. I'm just not that big of a fan of the genre, so it doesn't matter. I mean, that's like someone saying, like, oh, platformers, like Mario, Sonic, the same. Like, I understand for people who are super into that genre, like, there is a massive difference, but for me, as an outsider, it sounds nearly identical. You just heard Dreamcast and visuals and took a leap. You weren't exactly listening at this time. I said it's, like, unique gameplay, cool visuals, Dreamcast. So, yeah, you got it. And I hope that doesn't sound, like, weirdly dismissive of me. But if people are talking, like, if people are trying to clarify to someone who obviously doesn't play those type of games like often, it's like, oh, it's roguelite, not roguelike. That's just gonna confuse them. Hades is the iPod of roguelike / light in your opinion. All other games before it were the Nomad. I mean, I don't know. Binding of Isaac is a legit, like, an amazing game. Like, just because one game's really good doesn't mean the other games are, like, bad, you know? I mean, I guess you're not saying that. But you're saying the implication is that it's so perfect, it makes good games look bad. Do you like and light the only difference between techno and trance? It only matters if you're into that kind of stuff? I guess that makes sense. That's what I was trying to say, but I think I sounded way more dismissive when I said it. I mean, I remember reading a post on r/Nintendo or r/Nintendo Switch that was like, Hades is literally a perfect game. I can say that. But, I mean, they have a good track record. I know Bastion was very, very, very well received. Hades is the only one that finally did it right. I don't know. Like, I couldn't really think of things to improve on Binding of Isaac. It set out everything it wanted to do. I guess they have a lot more stuff in the newer ones. Techno and trance are not the same. No, it's like your mom calling everything a Nintendo. It's like my mom asking if you like electronic music. Well, she just says, you like techno, right, Sam? And I'm like, yep. I'm not like, excuse me, Mom, I've been listening to Miami Bass recently. And Detroit House. And IDM. Well, I always listen to IDM, but I don't tell anyone because that makes me sound like a snob. Uplifting trance and Goa trance are completely different as well. Yeah, I mean, like, the difference is that Viper the rapper is the best uplifting trance artist of all time. And he hasn't dabbled into Goa trance yet. I don't actually listen to Miami Bass, but there was a recent Party Boy 69 mix of Miami Bass that's pretty good. Someone tried to argue that emo isn't a genre of music. Emo is definitely a genre of music, but like emo, there aren't that many things that are like specifically emo. I feel like everything's a subset. Like, a lot of emo is actually screamo. But I guess that just means that it's a parent genre, right? Your mother calls anything you listen to metal, even though you have a very large taste? Yeah. That and metal is also like one of the most fractured genres of all time. Oh, you listen to symphonic new hillbilly core? I was over that last week. I'm into thrasher goatcore now. It's like, okay, sure. Emo started out as pop punk? Yeah. My Chemical Romance bridges that gap, you know, a little bit. You said you were bouncing, then you stuck around to talk about how great Hades is, and now you're gonna bounce. I see. Well, enjoy Hades. What the fuck is a yent? I have no idea. Gent? What's the thing... What's the thing that genie that came out of the thing in The Witcher? My Chemical Romance defined their own music as punk and didn't want to be labeled as emo. My first concert ever was 2006. My Chemical Romance. And if they didn't want to be labeled as emo, that's fine, but there were a lot of emos at that concert. I didn't really know what an emo was. I was thinking of gin. I was thinking of gin. Cyclops watched Witcher. I completely forgot. The gent is a subgenre of progressive metal. All I see are pictures of like basses with 12 strings. They might not want to be called emo, but a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Okay, that's pretty. I mean, the cover for You Brought Me Your Bullets, I Brought You My Valentine is like the most emo shit. I don't like anything past that, by the way. I don't want to say I liked My Chemical Romance before it's cool, but their most popular album, coincidentally, is by far the biggest appeal to the mainstream. Unlistenable. I am H.O. You're not one of those people who hates other people for different types of metal. I don't know anyone who hates it. Like, anyone I know who likes metal is just excited if anyone else listens to metal. Because I don't want to say metal's dying, but the fan base is definitely not growing at the same rate as, like, let's say... Like, there was a certain point in time, like, early 2000s, when I would say that the size of the electronic music fan base and metal was roughly similar. I mean, Eminem literally had a song that was like, no one listens to techno, and like people agreed. It's like, yep, Eminem's right. Meanwhile, I was listening to techno, and then I turned on the Eminem song, and Eminem offended me. Oh god, okay. I guess we're really sad. He was just slagging off yeah. Moby, something so. Nobody listen to techno. Without Me is such a good song, but whatever. It's just, I don't really remember the lyrics, but yeah, no one listens to Moby anymore. But does Moby even produce music? I'd be like, Moby is actually legitimately pretty old at this point. What is he, like 60? I mean, I guess a lot of 60-year-old musicians produce music, but like it's not like it's the golden age of Moby, and Moby knows that too. And this was not our best level, best split, you know? Yeah, that's the line, you did it. He still produces. I guess I'm not surprised. It's not like thrashing on a guitar, right? I mean, you might be thrashing on that MIDI controller. We don't know. We don't know what goes on in Moby's life. Okay, the run's over. The way you're saying, like, Invisible Objects, that came out this year, man. It's like, did anyone hear of Invisible Objects? His most recent, you're all telling me, like, it's obvious. I don't know. I don't listen to Moby. No one listens to techno. But what I was trying to say is, like, obviously the people who listen to techno has increased. I'm not sure if metal has increased at a similar rate. You thought he was dead? I mean, like, the track record for popular electronic artists is honestly not great. Thinking back to Avicii. Moby's electronica, well, yeah. Techno used to be the catch-all, now it's electronic music. There's really, like, electronica is its own genre itself, you know? Yeah, that's what happens with, like, a lot of, I've been listening to a lot of how do you pronounce it? Autechre? I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. I've been listening to them since, like, 2005, and I still don't know how to pronounce it. Because I don't care. I don't talk to anyone about Autechre or however you pronounce it. Because they're not really that obscure for electronic music, but no one I know knows who they are. But, like, yeah, their older stuff, very good. And, like, when you have, like, 30 years of music, that you branch out into, like, really experimental shit. Like, I like some Kid 606, but 99% of what Kid 606 makes is garbage, etc. Porcelain is the one you were talking about. You listen to his other stuff and don't get on with it. Moby had one good track and you don't remember what it's called. I see. I feel like I know the track you're talking about. I feel like I know the name. Or I don't know I know how it sounds, but maybe it's not Porcelain. You probably know more about it if you follow the genre. There's just too much music. There really is. I've been trying to discover new artists, but like I rely on algorithms because it's just overwhelming. From like trying to find a certain genre. You'll ask your wife if an artist still makes music that you have not heard of in about 15 years, and you'll find that they released an album like a year ago. Yeah, that happens a lot. Tattoo released an album this year. All the Things She Said. Good song. That's all I have to say. If you disagree with me, then worst taste in music ever. This is really weird to say. I mean, because obviously you just, like, see it more now. I'm pretty sure tattoo might have been my interest. Like, I just didn't know that, like, LGBT existed. And I was like, what's up with this band Tattoo? What's up with that? So good on Tattoo. For that awareness. I don't know, just by existing. They aren't? I have no idea. Because I didn't really follow it. Tattoo is Picante's Stewie moment? What is a Stewie moment? One of them is absolutely a homophobe? Oh no. Oh no. I feel like I know the artist Massive Attack, but I don't actually know the artist Massive Attack. Well, shit. That really sucks, Azuri. I mean, I guess like it's hard to separate the art from the artist sometimes, but the theme song from House is a Massive Attack soon, like Full House. Where's Tattoo from? I mean, like, they might just be from the US, but for some reason I thought they were like Russian or something. House MD. That makes a lot more sense, huh? Okay, yeah, that's... I mean, like, I don't want to excuse them, but I, like, just certain countries, Russia is one of them, like, there's extremely rampant homophobia. So I guessed correctly. Moscow specifically? I mean, I'm Polish, and I know that, like, Poland has, like, people talk about it like it's like, extremely common, like, yes, it should be. It should be extremely commonplace, because people are just trying to live their lives. And it doesn't affect other people, but, like, even in the US, like, 10 years ago, it was, like, I don't even know if it was 50% support. Like, a lot of the world is lagging behind on those things. That's why their album was so controversial when it came out, because Russia was a country where LGBT was very taboo. I mean, the US, it was still very taboo. I feel like I remember that line, PSI. Yeah, in Russia, it's definitely still very taboo. Like, people are still, like... I don't know if they're going to jail for it. But I wouldn't be surprised if people are in Russia for that. I'm pretty sure Putin recently made it, like, illegal to be homosexual, but... I don't really keep track of my Russian politics too much. Even in more developed countries, transphobia is wide. Yeah, it sucks. And I'm glad things are better in the US, but they still have a long way to go here, and they especially have a long way to go in a lot of the world. Yeah, yeah. I think it was not illegal, and then it was recently made illegal again. Illegalized, sure. It was illegalized again in 2013. Yep, world sucks. Oof. Oof is a terrible dismissive thing to say, but I said it. I'm sorry. Former Iron Curtain countries put out some of the campiest shit that will ever exist. When you say campy, what do you mean? What, you mean J.K. Rowling Dream Hazard? Who keeps being like, guys, I'm not transphobic. Here's just my really transphobic opinion. Guys, I keep telling you guys, I'm not transphobic. Here's another really transphobic opinion. Guys, I'm not. By the way, here's my new transphobic book. It's like, okay. I think we have different definitions here. I see PSI. Yeah, I don't know. It's very easy to just, like, let people exist and try to live a normal life. I don't know. I don't know what's so hard. But... no but. No but. Uh-oh. Shit. No! Well, we lost a lot of time. Be the change you wish to seek. Or you... What is the phrase? Yeah, yikes. How are we so bad at this? Be the change you wish to see in the world. There we go. Got a scoot. Old man yelling is starting. Good luck. Getting through the old... Like... This is not a political opinion. But, like, watching political debates just makes me cringe. I don't know. I just hate it. Makes my body squirm. Doesn't matter who it is. Sure, go with that, Dream Hazard. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Yeah, taco trucks on every corner. I will say, like, I know it's technically a political thing to say, but regardless of politics, who doesn't want taco trucks everywhere? Sounds delicious. God damn. Big gay. PSI, you're going a little too into it. You're going a little too into it. I guess it's my fault, because I said opinion. When you say taco trucks, do they do burritos? A lot of the food trucks I go to are actually severely limited, so I would say some of them would do burritos. Fuck. You do like tacos, but you'll take a burrito any day? I don't know. A good taco from, like, somewhere near the Mexican border is extremely hard to beat. The best tacos I ever had, like, I was with Superior David, and we, like, because he lived, this is when he recently moved. What the hell just happened there? This is when he recently moved to LA. And I was like, let's find the best taco place in LA, let's go to it. And the best tacos I've ever had were in an extremely sketchy warehouse in a bad part of LA. Like, we probably shouldn't have been there. It also happened to be, like, the only one that was open. Like, there was just, like, it was like an abandoned warehouse. Some guy set up a taco stand. Definitely a severe lack of sanitation. Best taco ever. And that's what you need, Dream Hazard. Azuri and I were at Walmart once in an office supply section, looked for thumbtacks. An old lady was looking at planners. He looked at Azuri, pointing to a planner with a rainbow on it, and she said, "You found it, the gay agenda." And the old lady looked at you with disgust. The gay agenda is to have rainbow-colored planners. I mean, I don't use planners at all, okay? If you think I'm gonna be so inclined to use a planner, come on. Unfortunately, there's no Wales Mexican... Oh, okay. I have never heard a planner called an agenda. I'm sorry. But I get the joke now. I mean, there's no Wales-Mexican border with saying no like that. Just do a little plate tectonics, Dream Hazard. Make your dreams come true. Don't be Dream Hazard, be dreams come true. Put Wales on the Mexican border. Ignore the mass suffering that would be as a result of the massive earthquakes. God damn it, the sticky... That was kind of sticky fly, right? That was TAS only. There's a fairly good taco place a few miles away from you, though. That's the thing, like, one of the things I realized when I did my worldly travels, when I went from place to place being picante, is that not many other countries can appreciate Mexican food like you can in the U.S. Like, there are very, very few Mexican restaurants in China. It's hard to find a good taco place. I try looking for a good taco place in the Middle East. Had to bust out the first name for that one because I didn't get a pun, I guess. That's when we know it's serious. Rezi, I'm not sure if you know, but if you could do item fly, you're a certified badass, so please treat me that way. Your geography is garbage. Where's Patagonia? They speak Welsh there? That's like way south. For some reason, I thought you were making a Pangea joke, but no, Patagonia is, southern Chile and Argentina. I hear it's very beautiful. I know a person that went there. They have penguins. Why would they speak Welsh, though? Oh, because the Falkland Islands? I mean, I assume they spoke English in the Falkland Islands, but I didn't realize it was Welsh. You did find a Mexican restaurant that sells good fajitas in town. You wish you could find a good Chinese buffet, though. Don't go to a Chinese buffet right now. That's my only advice. I know you're not saying that's what you're gonna do right now. But, like, I've looked up reviews, because this came up in a conversation with, like, a colleague. Because we used to, like, we were, like, talking about, like, oh, I miss having, like, work lunch outings to, like, places. And I'm like, I think there's any buffets open right now? And, like, yeah, it's, like, I've gone and gotten, like, takeout at restaurants. And, like, I see people sitting down, and I'm like, why would you even want this? There's, like, social distancing measures in place. Your server has, like, a mask. It, like, constantly reminds you of the threat of imminent virus. It's like, I just feel like this is not something you would want. But then, like, yeah, like, there's people like, oh, yeah, the buffet's open. You can't, like, there's so many restrictions. It's, like, barely buffet. Like, you have to wait in a line, which is already kind of sketchy for, like, the staff to, like, fill your buffet plate. It's like, come on. You don't need a buffet right now. You don't go out to restaurants. Like, buffets are open right now, and that's the most terrifying thing in the world. You'd assume it's some kind of colonialism trash, unfortunately. I mean, like, colonialism was bad, but, like, a lot of it, there's not much. It was hundreds of years ago. I know that's a terrible argument, but the people currently live, actually, there probably are, actually, as long as the indigenous people from the Falkland Islands are not treated terribly, if they exist. I don't know. The Falkland Islands are very sparsely populated. God damn. Oh, we have this cape. Yeah, I mean, they were already not doing very well. Or, sorry, as long as the people who are indigenously from there are treated with some dignity, which, I mean, honestly is not usually the case. I mean, look at the US, look at Canada, look at Australia, etc. Like, the best we could do at this point is coexist. It's really hard to be like, shit, I'm sorry we did that. I mean, like, you can still say, I'm sorry we did that thing multiple hundreds of years ago, but there's not, like, you can't really do much. Unless no reparations have been made. Then just make some reparations. No big deal. But yeah, what was it? Soup Plantation, known as Sweet Tomatoes in my area, went out of business. They were already doing pretty bad. Right? And then, like, Corona happened. I've never eaten at a Sizzler, and I guess I never will. What I will also say, though, is that Soup Plantation is the most uncomfortable name for a place. I recognize plantations aren't inherently racist, but still. The Chinese buffet you have here is one of the cheap ones that uses spaghetti noodles for the lo mein. Gross. You make your own authentic Chinese food? Yo, gotta make some guoqiao mixian. Make some bridge over the river noodles. That's the good shit. That's a good soup going into winter. Decided to go half and half with Hades and Stream. Sizzler just went bankrupt. Buffet is not the best thing in COVID times. Reparations. Look at all the crap this little island did. Falkland Islands... Well, I don't think the Falkland Islands did things. It's that, like, Argentina's like, yo, these islands are really close to us. We kind of want them. And, like, Britain's like, no. And then, like, you gotta go to war for it? Like, huh? And they're like, yeah. And then they did. That's my very, very basic knowledge of the Falkland Wars, or whatever. By this island, you meant Britain. Oh. I don't know, in context. You could get why I thought that. You don't go to restaurants at all because it's kind of a pandemic. Yeah, I mean, I've gotten takeout before, and that's very uncomfortable. Your friend made a musical a few years ago. It was Les Mis, but set in Sizzler and called Les Sizz. And it was the dumbest, best idea, and the CEO of Sizzler showed up for the last performance. Glad they have a sense of humor. Sweet Tomatoes and Soup Plantation were separate failing companies that merged to fail even harder. I didn't know that. I thought they were just like it's kind of like how certain chains are like what is it? What's that one fast food place? Hardee's and the other one. The Carl's Jr. Fuck. No! Okay. It's almost goth Christmas. So I have advice for people wanting to celebrate Halloween. Don't have a Halloween party. Don't go trick-or-treating. Don't send your kids trick-or-treating. Don't have candy at your house. Encourage people from not going door to door to strangers' houses. If you are to celebrate Halloween, do it in the safety of your own home. Dress up in your own house. Send a picture to the internet. The end. Buy lots of candy, get costumes, watch spoopy movies. There we go. Watch Halloween Town. It's probably available for rent somewhere. Pretend you're like 13 watching Disney. Been making Korean dishes lately? Make your own gochujang. Pretty delicious stuff. They invented a very delicious sauce. Koreans love their sesame oil, you've learned. It's in almost every dish you've made so far. I was on, like, beginning of quarantine, I was on a making fried rice kick. But I could never get the amount of sesame oil right. I always feel like I made too much sesame oil, or put too much sesame oil in. Sing it for us, Picante? What? Do you hear the people sing? Is that from Halloween Town? Bad ideas were made. I was supposed to wait there. It doesn't have to be canceled. You could decorate your place and enjoy some spoopy time without You've made me say spoopy too much. Sing it for us is Les Sizz. I have never watched Les Mis. I have never... I tried to speed read through Les Mis in a day, like the actual book. I know it's a book before... Or was it a book before the musical? I assume. But I remember there was like... We had this Oh, I was so scared. We had this program in 6th grade. We had this program in 6th grade where you had to like read books and then take quizzes on them, and they were worth the amount of points. And like it was like the night before they were due, and I had 0 points because I didn't feel like reading. I'm like, how could I get all the points necessary in like a single night? It's like, oh, just like the book with the highest amount of points was Les Mis. I'm like, I'll just pull an all-nighter and read this book. I got through like 30 pages of Les Mis where I'm like, this is impossible, and I'm done. That meter is a stretch? What's the meter that's a stretch? What meters are stretching? Oh, the rhyme. Okay, I get it. I'm not a poet. I know it. I'm not a poet and I know it. There we go. Legitimately, if there's any art form I can't get into, it's poetry. I fuck with everything else. Not poetry. I can't, there's probably some other art I don't get, but... Just watch the 10th anniversary musical. If I'm watching a musical, and I guess we'll do that. If I am watching a musical, first of all, I gotta open this door. Holy shit, it is. Actually, I'm gonna get some water. I'll be right back. It is so unbelievably hot. Yo, impressive. 2 minutes? 2 minutes for a break? I wonder if the silence is gonna help the run. John Cooper Clarke. I feel like I left on a hangover. Hangover? Cliffhanger. I left on a cliffhanger. I said if I was gonna watch a musical, it'd probably be Hamilton. That's what I meant to say. Alright. But, so I guess we had a run. Where did that run die? It died in FOI? Time travelers on the Vita? Don't tell me there's a game for the PlayStation Vita. That's not allowed, Orky. Pretty sure that's not the case. Just straight up. You're gonna start speedrunning games on the Atari 400? Is that a computer? Is that like a 1-bit system? It's just a block on the screen? Maybe they time traveled and made the Vita a successful system? I mean, like, the Vita was basically the precursor to the Switch. I thought the issue with the Vita is that the games were so advanced for the time that they basically took the same amount of money to develop as a console game, and the Vita just was a system that had to sell games for less. Technically it's a computer, but it also functions as a game console. I thought that's the XEGS. The Atari 400 came out after the Atari 2400, if that makes sense. Did they ask Microsoft to name their systems? Whoa, okay. Okay. Sure. See, that's a zinger. I'm sorry, Microsoft. I know you're a small company. I shouldn't throw zingers around like that. But the XEGS is actually a cool system. I want it. Pog Camp. You camping right now? You on the side of the map waiting for people to walk by? Is that what you're doing right now, Andres? I knew that was gonna happen, but I still went for it anyway. Dude, why are you camping? Nailed it? I hate when that, like, I never see anyone else do that. It's definitely a me issue. Sick Kaizo? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Look at that Cyclops emo. I have one of those. I have one of those right now I could use. But I have no need to blush. What's up with that? You may have heard this before. Well, you've probably heard this before. I think that was controller. But no. You may have heard this before. Shit's about to get real. Is that a fall guy? No, it's Hazmat. Why is my right button not working too? It's either my right button or my run button. It might be. I think it's the run button. Fairly certain it's the run button. We got more run buttons to replace it with. Yellow sus, yeah, pretty much. Orky coming in. PSI is watching a politics thingy right now, if those exist in your mind. So he's not gonna be here to yell about. What's the name of the game even? Hyperscape. Great marketing campaign, man. I guess I said the word Hyperscape, and I never would have said that before. There's the falling guy, yes. The Hyperscape Fall Guys emote. Is there a politics thingy? There's some reality TV show on right now. I don't know if people are excited about it. I shouldn't have brought it up. What is Hyperscape anyway? You have a load of emotes, but no clue what they are in reference to. It's a video game. It's basically a forced ad campaign on Twitch where the emotes are terrible, and they're meant to advertise a game that is currently like 700 viewers. Like, I can't think of a worse ad campaign that if you literally have Twitch integration, no one's even streaming it on Twitch. Yeah, I don't know. I feel bad. I wish I liked Among Us. It's just not my game. I don't really like. I feel like oh god. I feel like all these people are like so interested in playing. There we go. All right, sure. 7 seconds. Now you're stuck with all these crappy emotes clogging up your emote list. Yeah, and they're probably not going away ever. They've never really removed promo emotes. Like, people still have those ones from Twitch Prime, what was it? God damn it, how did that not work? The Poke and Tournament ones. Hyperzone and Hyperscape? What about Hyper, the Scooter song? Hex go burr. Yeah, exactly, dude. The ones they really need to get... The only ones they really got rid of were the food fight ones, yeah. And they had the nice-looking pepper. And now I don't have the pepper. They kept one of them, right? They kept the cotton candy one. Like, come on. Who's using the cotton candy one? They kept one and no one gives a crap about it. I feel like people actually use the pepper one because it looked cool. Forget what it was called. Forget what all they were called. It's just like the Twitch, the Clip Champ thing. Like, I don't know. I haven't seen a single person get the Clip Champ badge, but apparently it still exists. The clip champ, you have to make a reasonable amount of clips, and then they all need to do really well. You do have all the RPG ones, and there's also Twitch RPG that always changes, so that's never permanent. So if you like one, you only have that for a couple months. Yeah, but look at that parkour emote. Every single time I see that parkour emote, I don't read the parkour. I think it's a tornado. And it's not. That's the problem, right? Yeah. I just miss, like, cause I would have done it if I realized that they would not be permanent. I guess I should have realized it because the Twitch game store was a terrible idea. But there were specific badges where if you bought a game on Twitch, you got like a little badge on the side, and one of them was the Bubsy game. There are literally people with the Bubsy claws of the fourth kind or whatever. You might be in Chicago in November. What's my #1 rec? My favorite restaurant is probably not one you would... Like, I really love the restaurant Smaktak, S-M-A-K-T-A-K. It's a Polish place. Try the Hungarian pancake if you go there. But it's not really... First of all, I guess you're not really going to a restaurant anywhere, right? You're getting takeout. That's not... I mean, like, there's a lot of Polish food in Chicago because there's a massive Polish population. But, like, that's not what you go to Chicago for. If you're going to go to Chicago and get Chicago food, if you're going to get a hot dog, go to Wiener Circle. I think that's probably the most Chicago dog. My favorite Chicago dog is actually Gene and Jude's, but that's way out in Riverview or Riverside, or I forget the name of it. River something. If you're talking pizza, I recommend going to Lou Malnati's and getting the Lou or the Malnati, whichever one has the sausage. If you don't want to get Illuminati for some reason, go to Pequod's. I can't spell that for you. New Med is a must visit. I have never heard of it. But yeah, I wanted the Bubsy badge. Now I can't get it. I think it's PI. It's a Chicago deep dish restaurant. It's a weed dispensary. Okay. If that's your thing, go for it. It really depends what you're looking for. There's really 3 main Chicago foods that I could think of. There's the Chicago hot dog, Chicago deep dish, and then also the Chicago Italian beef. Portillo's is good. I'm personally a bigger fan I was like, something's wrong here. I'm a bigger fan of Al's beef than Portillo's, but like Portillo's is the standard Chicago big beef, you know? Trying to think of what other foods are Chicago. Try a Green River. Definitely in for the deep za. Lou Malnati's is my favorite Chicago deep dish place. God damn it, no. Yeah, Al's Italian beef's good. I don't know why people are saying fried chicken. Probably try for Al's beef, but you're not a hot dog guy. I mean, Chicago hot dog is not like the other hot dogs, man. So, you know, like those girls that are not like the other girls? Hot dog. If you're into beer, I would have normally said, tour the what is it? Lagunitas facility. But unfortunately, you can't do that right now, I assume. Kuma's Corner is also really good. And honestly, it might be a little... Like, takeout is not going to be as good for a burger. Kuma's Corner is a really good burger. But I know a lot of people who are turned off of eating at Kuma's Corner because of the ambiance. Which, honestly, it perfectly fits Kuma's Corner, but it's metal with, like, horror movies in the background. If that's not your thing when you're trying to eat, then just how it be. I guess if you want a really fancy hot dog, Hot G's. There used to be a place called Hot Doug's, which was like, they made like they were famous for their foie gras burger, or foie gras hot dog. But he closed it down because he just didn't feel like doing it anymore, and most of the staff moved on to make Hot G's. Big hot dog? Cyclops, did I show you the video of the guy with the hot dog and he makes it into patties? You've seen it, okay. I wasn't, maybe it wasn't me. I know that it's not it's surprisingly underground, but I mean, I guess, like, people watch videos on the internet. It's a genius idea. The guy who turns everything into sausage? I don't think it was that one. See, normally, Jeff Goldblum, I would tell you to eat at Alinea. But you can't do that right now. No, Alinea is a Michelin 3-star restaurant in Chicago that you need like multiple months ahead of time. But I will say though, it's for three. I want to go, and they don't actually. It's not like formal. They tell you to wear what you're comfortable in. Sounds like a Peter Griffin. What, one of his many hijinks, turning everything into sausage? What are you kecking? Keck Wing me? I never added Keck wait. That video is funny. I mean, that's a classic. That and the Downfall Hitler parodies from back in the day. We're honestly counting on eating wherever we go, or eating in whenever you go. The trip is still up in the air, but you're driving to Cincinnati either way. You just want to swing to Chicago while you're there. Cincinnati is not that close to Chicago. We're talking like a 5-6 hour drive. And don't get me wrong, I love Chicago, but like it's not a great time to be a tourist. American Gladiators on SNES? Yo, where's Mixmaster PJ? He speedruns that game. 4 hours? You're already 8 hours away from home at that point? Yeah, well, I don't know. I think you underestimate a 4 hour round trip drive. Sorry, 4 hour each way drive. Sure. What's there to do in Chicago right now that's like not impacted by COVID? I gotta stop doing that. Look at that disco. The smoke. What? Seems like a lot of stuff is open for better or for worse. Oof. The smoke coming from underground Chicago and the trees. I don't remember living there and seeing smoke coming out of the ground, but I guess there are trees in Chicago. That is correct. There's Central Park, Millennium Park. Central Park is not Millennium Park. I lived in Chicago. Yo, how you doing, Serena? You love trees? You love what trees produce. That's right, I called you out, Jeff Goldblum. Do you love trees, or do you love their meaty insides? It's okay being late. You just stole a cedar trunk the other day. Stole part of it. How do you steal it? You go in the woods with a saw? It's actually very hard to chop down a tree, even with a chainsaw. You're okay? You just slept like 4 hours? You're just saying today, or you just came out of a 4-hour nap? Fuck. Come on. Just now. Alright, well. I see. Took it while the tree cutting people were walking away. Well. I mean, if they don't know, they don't know. Hopefully you're not arrested. Sleep has been hard to come by? I get that. It was a chipper rescue mission? What do they do with wood chippings generally? Playgrounds? Like, what is the primary use of wood chips? I don't even know. Mulch. What's the primary use of mulch? Power generation, I see. This biofuel plants or whatever. Mulching? Mulch is a card in Hearthstone. Paper making, that's fair. Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, you're gonna waste paper." Isn't paper like a completely sustainable industry? I remember when I was in like elementary school, I was like freaked out that we were gonna run out of paper. Animaniacs on SNES, yo, you should be talking to Supersonic about that, Orky. It's agriculture that is hurting the forest? Yeah, exactly. Like, they're not burning down the rainforest, or not rainforest. They're not, like, tearing down the Amazon in order to, like, for the trees. I'm sure they use the trees for something, but they're using it to, like, for farmland, right? For farming land, yeah. That's how it be. Wasting things is bad regardless. True. I mean, like, I'm not disagreeing with that. But I remember I was just like, the way it was like expressed to me as a kid, like I genuinely thought like paper was one of like the resources, like that, and like everyone I remember in elementary school was telling me I wasn't gonna have a banana in 20 years. But deforestation is largely beef and soy to feed beef, yeah. Raising cows on a large scale is as good as salting the earth. Yeah, the amount of, we've talked about this before, the amount of water it takes for 1 pound of beef is kinda cray, if we're being honest. Wood product is still a high driver for deforestation. Paper's wood product, but low on the list. Yeah. Turns out, biggest consumer of wood, Trojan horse industry. All those people trying to storm walled cities. Who would have thought? Definitely wasn't my #1 choice. Maybe the top 5. Yeah, Paper Mario is actually the leading cause of deforestation. How do you think they sell copies? You have some Brazil wood in your stash? It's a controlled tropical hardwood. What can you do with... Is there any... Like, some of the larger cactuses, if they die, they kind of look like they're made of wood. Can you do anything with that? I feel like that would be a terrible wood industry because cacti take like hundreds of years to get to that size. Oops. It's probably not very dense. You could stabilize it with some epoxy and do something with it. I see. Yeah, I want you to make a table entirely out of balsa. And see what happens. We're gonna get to using hemp. Screw big paper. Well, wasn't that one of the drivers of marijuana criminalization? You're about to comment on the consistency of my splits, but it was too late. Yeah, I'm sorry. How you doing, Jabroni? Oops. Yeah, Cyclops, you should do something about that. You need to single-handedly bring hemp to the American paper industry. I believe in you. Big paper push for the criminalization of hemp and all things that come from it. Well, you and you alone could stop it. What are you waiting for, Cyclops? You know, I agree with Orky here. Criminalization? Why are we blushing for criminals here? You want some big hemp? I don't even have a response. What do I even say? You gotta prove for medical marijuana, so you're all about that hemp? I see. The C in castle equals criminalization? What's assel mean then? Cyclops, you still... You gotta have that can-do attitude. Fix all legislation. Just do it. I know I don't like to get political, but, I mean, the man has the power. This is a really bad gag. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever it was, it made me actually have a decent Morton's Castle for once. I thought you meant dandelions. Thank you for clarifying with the drug. Got the power in your left eye to solve right problems, or all problems. That'd be a fun superhero. Do everything, man, except it came at the cost of an eye. Alright. Bam. See that? Bet you're jealous. Oh god. Alright, that works. That actually makes it better for us. So jealous? So jealous of what? My extra cape? I bet. The chat is quiet today. What's going on? I'm like 90% sure it's because of presidential debates, but I could be wrong. There are some pretty politically active people in my chat. Barbie Supermodel on SNES, not a great game. You'd rather have a lobotomy? I'd be like, I assume it's very highly watched. Look at that. Been a trash fire from what you understand. The only thing that stood out, one of them person told you about it. I may or may not have live threads open in a different window. I couldn't resist. Rather lobotomy than watch the debate. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's better that I have a live thread open because I would be cringing too much watching it. I'm aware. And Trump called Biden a number 2. It's playground. Fun stuff. But I just said the T word on stream. The chat police are gonna come take me away. I don't know. If we're gonna get political for a second, I just don't know whose mind is gonna be changed by this debate. I feel like everyone knew who they were gonna vote for like months ago. Turnips are good if steamed. What about if sold for a profit? Yeah, okay, let's not do it! No! You want The Rock? Well, The Rock endorsed someone, so... maybe do who... if you want The Rock and The Rock wants someone else, maybe look into that option. I mean, it's not that I disagree, it's just that I don't like the conversation, okay? I'm willing to not pussyfoot around it. It's pretty obvious who I support. But let's... I'd rather it be quiet. I'm willing to say that. Some people aren't political. I'm definitely, like, relatively political in, like, my free time. I just, like, don't, like... I'm not one of those people who, like... I personally am engaged. I don't try to engage... okay, it's not that I don't try to engage people. Like, I think people should be engaged in politics. I don't like to insert politics into everything I do. At this point, it's kind of hard, because politics does insert itself into... like, even mundane topics at this point are partisan. Which is really annoying. You should be informed about your country and really every part of the political process, but just like our weeb conversation, we didn't want to impose weeb conversation on unsuspecting weeb non-interesters. Non-interesters? That's not a term. Whatever, you get what I'm saying. It's always been thus, I guess. Yeah, Cyclops, your wife is your third eye when it comes to this. That's a terrible joke, and I regret saying it immediately. I didn't mean it. I was trying to... Okay. I'm sorry. She's your second eye. There we go. I felt ashamed that I had not felt in a long time after saying that. Yeah, there was a wow moment. People who speak excessively about anything. Second and third. There we go. Eyes 2 and 3. There we go. There we go. We're back, a dinosaur story on SNES. What about Dinosaur the movie on Dreamcast? Or Disney's Dinosaur. Sorry, not Dinosaur the movie. You ever think about that one, Orky, huh? You're not a fan of fanaticism? That's a good way to put it. Anything cannot be Yeah, I mean, I agree with that, Fango. There's, like... I have a point on this, but I'm not good at expressing it. So just pretend I said something salient and you agreed with me. Let's go that far. I do not stay out of politics. Okay. I am definitely involved in politics. I want to say that. I do my civic duty, etc. That's one you will get at some point? I'm sorry, Fango. Or not Fango. I'm sorry, Orky. That game is not very good. I don't even think that movie was good. I don't remember it at all. I don't entirely think that's true, Serena. But I think it's partly true. Who needs politics when you have boxed SNES and Super Famicom games? I mean, if you're buying boxed SNES and Super Famicom games, maybe that is a position of privilege, okay? I stay out of politics at face value and think that the person does not follow politics at all. I don't want to talk about politics is a different story. Sometimes, okay. I got a big shoulder itch. This is very important. Now you all know. Not sure if there's anything I can do about it. It's there. Got it. The opportunity came knocking. You're passionate about voting, but don't put canvases on your lawn. I don't think canvases on your lawn are you. I think it encourages people to have political discord. Now, if you have, like, a literal flag in your front yard, that's maybe a little too tacky. Do it, go for it. It's your property, Fango. This is what you mean by political discord? I couldn't get your joke for a bit, Jimmy. Jimmy, bring us down to an appropriate level. Jimmy, ground us. Ground us, Jimmy. Ground us with a good old-fashioned exclamation mark A like you always do. Pranked. That's right, Jimmy. That's right, Jimmy. You thought you could A? You thought you were safe? No, this is an A-free zone. Once someone gets 400,000 points, I'll ask them if they want to redeem it. In the meantime, I'm unsure. I have nothing against people publicly displaying their political opinions. I understand why people think it's tacky. But whatever. I don't know. Just one of those things. I guess there is a debate right now, so people are heated, but just like, it's, you can't escape it. Nowhere is safe. Not even my own chat. Makes you chuckle because puns. And now I've been set up where if I say I don't want to talk about politics, it's like, oh, everything's political. Just exhausting, honestly. Jesus Christ. Let's go back to talk about weed. The legalization of marijuana? A hot button issue in the United States of America, Serena? I'm sorry. Your wife got you a Charmander line. Wait. It's a Charizard with Bernie's hair and glasses. Okay, yeah, I think I've seen that shirt before. No, just weed. There's this video of, like, Rods and Cones by the Blue Man Group playing over this guy smoking a 100-gram joint from, like, 2006. It's a classic YouTube video. The feeling when the hotels in Asen smell like weed. Orky, I'm gonna hate to break it to you. I feel like people were smoking weed there. I know it's illegal. Well, I guess not anymore, but coincidence? They legalized marijuana and Asen could no longer, like, first year in 20 years, they didn't have an Asen? I think not. I think there's a strong correlation. What's the R on that? What's the R squared on that, actually? Well, as long as people aren't imposing it on you, Cyclops. What? You gotta do it, man. Some people are like that. Not me. r/mildly interesting. What, you describing yourself, Orky? Oh! Oh! Jesus. That sounds like a not fun time if that's not what you're expecting, right? Check out these zips, man. Yeah, and I'm glad that the actual, like, one of the reasons for legalization is that it helps with pain. And I'm, like, honestly, I don't really know anyone who that use case is correct for. But if it works for you, it works for you. What about both, Andres? I mean, yeah, like, it does suck because people who are legitimately in chronic pain can't get, like, opiates that would help them, but I also understand that, like, they're for good reason they're scaling back opiate use in the country. And it's cool if there is something like medical marijuana to take place of opiates, because opiates, believe it or not great. Not great for things. Whoa, those zips. Thank you, Quoth. I try to zip, and sometimes I get it. Okay, not great overall for society. Let's just say that. Well, maybe. I don't know the ups and downs. Implementation, some people went a little wacky. You know? I learned from pharmacists that CBD is more effective for the brain if THC is also present. You never knew that? Science. I mean, like, I've gone to those shops that sell CBD products just because I was, like, curious, and it was like, everyone's touting CBD. It basically, I felt like I just spent all my money on absolutely nothing. Verdict is still out on CBD? Yo, welcome back here. Same reason Adderall is a controlled substance, because abuse screws the people who... Yeah, it's... Turns out there's a decent amount of opiate abuse. Kinda sucks. Friend owns a CBD store, it's right by the gallery. What was it? NLSS was right next to his CBD store. And I went inside it once. And I didn't get anything. There we go, bam. Story of the year. Story of my life. Oh no. No, Adderall's not an opiate, but it's still like this. They're saying that people who abuse certain substances ruin it for the rest of people. It's just from one controlled substance to another. Yeah. Your doc once asked you would take a pain toll in 2,000 milligrams of Myronol. 2,000 grams. 2 kilos of Tylenol. And 800 milligrams of ibuprofen a day to curb it. You responded with, that's not healthy. That was a very satisfying eat. Yo, welcome home, Skullmeat. The home that is Picante Stream. Get that isopropyl. Get that infection down. Okay, we're living. Okay, yeah. I mean, sometimes there's no ideal solution. Medicine is not an exact science like people think. Your game collection is an opiate. You're addicted to game collecting. I used to be addicted to game collecting. Not so much anymore, but maybe one day. Uh-oh. Whoa! That was not what you're supposed to do. Maybe one day I will have Koro Koro post Neen. Medicine is a practice, yeah. You're so tired? Well, hope you had a productive day, Kieran. That's not good. Well, I'm sorry, Kieran. But you arrived at very bad timing. That was the last run I could do. I just don't have time for another one, right? So with that, thank you all for stopping by. Let's raid the presidential debates. No, let's... Oh. I don't even think... They're probably streamed on Twitch. I don't know. Let us raid Stewie. Let's raid Stewie. I will see you all tomorrow. Hassan has 90K watching it right now. Well, it's a lot. Jesus. I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good night.